Warning: our YouTube channel and its videos may contain scenes, language, and content that may not be appropriate for all audiences. These videos include surveillance footage, undercover pursuit of suspects, actual police and rescue operations, and fearless confrontations. If you do not approve of the content, please do not watch our videos. If you wish to continue, we strongly advise that you proceed with caution. Viewers' discretion is advised.
I talk to you something about for the last 6 months. For the last 6 months, ever since in July, nag-assume si President Duterte up to the end of December 31st. For the last 6 months, the economic managers of President Duterte were trying to pick up the pieces. And they're picking up the pieces from where the yellow administration left off. And not only that, they're trying to pick up the pieces. They're orienting themselves. They're familiarizing themselves. And so to speak, in order for them to be able to come up with a template or yung formula, yung economic managers, and I'll tell you exactly who they are. As we speak, sabi nga ho natin, although it's already evening here, they are officially in action. In fact, they've started earlier, a couple of days ago, and even before the year ended. Si DBM Secretary Ben Tulfo, Sari Dominguez of the Department of Finance, and pati ho si Pernia ng National Economic Development Authority. What are they saying, mga boss? They're familiarizing, tapos na ho yung familiarization, tapos na ho yung sinasabing orientation, the things that they have to do. They're coming up with a formula template on the infrastructure that's going to be done in the next 6 years ni President Duterte. The reason why I'm telling you this, guys, is because there are many things na dapat ayusin kasi. Kasi dito magkakaroon ng sigalot. The next 6 years, 8 trillion pesos will be used for massive infrastructure investment and development. And it needs additional, push from a congressional support. But at the same time, the big question, will the administration of President Duterte raise enough money to come up with the 8 trillion pesos in the next 6 years? Well, the trio. Sabi nga ho natin si DBM Secretary Ben Tulfo, ganun din si Department of Finance Secretary Sari Dominguez, and of course the National Economic and Development Authority, si Pernia. They've been entrusted, pinagkatiwala ho sa kanila ni President Duterte. Ito hong managing the economy. Kaya nga sila yung sinasabing economic managers, and taking care of this is basically here the question, they need the support ng Kongreso. You know why? This is going to be the biggest infrastructure project that will be done from the time of Marcos era. The golden years of infrastructure is about to come. And can you imagine kung saan kukunin ho yung sinasabing 8 trillion pesos in the next 6 years? Kaya lang ho, this might, I hope that the administration, the trio, sabi nga ho natin, the economic managers, the three of them that I just mentioned to you a while ago. Let me repeat that. Sari Dominguez, Ben Tulfo, and Pernia of the National Economic Development Authority will be able to get the support ng Congress. You know why? Because if they don't get the support of the Congress, pagdating doon sa sinasabi ho natin tax structure, restructuring the taxes and the revenue collection, then this is not gonna happen. Kaya nga ho talagang dito sa parting to, I know that the Congress, headed by Pantaleon Alvarez, and I know majority of them are basically, helping the administration, ni President Digong. And so that's the reason why we're saying the tax reform will be the test on the political will ni President Duterte's well, not only President Duterte's will and the administration of President Duterte, which basically centered on the three guys and the trio, as I called them a while ago, the names I mentioned to them, and will be taken care of. So, pinakatiwala ho sa, well, President Duterte will be focusing on crime, drugs, and corruption. So, well, we will not be able to see it in the early stage of 2017 this year. Probably we'll see it and feel it on the first quarter or the second quarter of 2018. That is, kung susuportahan, kung ito ho'y tutulong ho ang Kongreso. Mahalaga ho ito mga boss kasi alam niyo ho kasi ito hong mga bulok na infrastruktura na iniwan ho ng DILAW at na nakarang administrasyon panahon pa ho ni kopong-kopong kinakailangan na ho rito. I think we need some changes here. I think we need some technology and needed things in order for us to have improvement and thereby ito ho yung sinasabing attracting investors. Kaya mga boss, the revenue collection. Kasi saan mo kukunin yung 8 trillion pesos in the next 6 years? Every year, trillions of pesos ay yung national budget ho natin. So, but then again, saan mo kukunin? Kung uutangin mo yan, paano mo babayaran? In order for you to borrow money in the long term, you need to be able to have that formula of paying the loans in the long term. If not, kaya importante ho yung structuring the taxes, the collection of taxes from the revenue-generating bureaus such as the Bureau of Internal Revenue as well as the Bureau of Customs. Mga boss, importante ho ito eh. This is not just another news na kuminsan. I know for a fact a lot of you are just out there, monitoring the situation in the Philippines, more in political situation. But then again, medyo pag-usapan ho muna natin tong importanteng bagay, the infra development. Because pag hindi ho nag-succeed si Duterte rito, si President Digong, and if he's not going to be able to get the support of the Congress people, and so the support of the Congress people is to restructure the tax, the collection, as well as the collection of revenues in order for you to be able to pay and service the debts if necessary. Saan mo kukunin yung 8 trillion in the next 6 years? Natural, saan mo kukunin yun sa taxes? So dito ho kasi, I know for a fact that the Yellows wanted President Digong to fail. And I know for a fact that there are some congressmen na talagang, they're helping the president, but because, there's such thing as, there is no such thing, award as, if I give you something, what can you give me in return? Will it happen that way na magkakaroon ng horse trading? It's like the American way. There is no such thing as free lunch. Bibigyan kita ng lunch. Anong kapalit niyan? Anong bayad mo sa amin? Alam niyo kasi kung minsan ang mga kongreso ho natin, ito ho yung mga dating kongresista, nagbago lang ng kulay. Sila'y dilawan ngayon, medyo bumalimbing. Can we trust them? That's the big question. Can we count on them for support? Can these Congress people understand the nature of what infrastructure is all about? A lot of times, marami ho sa kanila nag-iisip, abay, magkano sa akin dyan? Mga putok sa buhong ilan dyan? And I know the guy Alvarez, Pantaleon Alvarez, is okay. And I know na marami nang talagang kumambyo at sumapi na dito sa administrasyon ni President Digong, but, alam mo, pag-uusapan, iba pang issue yung pork barrel, So para sa atin lang ho, importante talaga yung sinasabing suporta ng Kongreso. Next, ma-restructure ho yung sinasabing taxes niyan, and then the process in which, how would you collect revenues in order for you to service the debts or anything, yun hong service, pag sinabing debts, hindi yung patay, yung utang, debts, but service the debts. So all I'm saying at this point, mahalaga ho yung sinasabi na. Kaya ito ho yung trio, let me repeat the trio, Ben Tulfo, Sonny Dominguez, as well as si Pernia. Okay, so dito ho, inaasahan pinagkatiwala sa kanila ni President Digong. Pagdating sa ekonomiya, si President Digong will, as usual, focus his attention on drugs. Kaya bad news para dun sa mga kumokontra about this extrajudicial killing, something to do with drugs. It's a state-sponsored, yung sinasabi ho ng mga dilaw. Importante kasi si President Duterte is still focused and he has the support of the people. Do you know why? You know, a lot of people in survey believes in the president and therefore mataas ang kanyang survey ang talagang chinichip ho talaga ng mga dilaw. You know the reason why is because they don't want it to succeed. That's what the yell is all about.